This year's men's basketball team has many returning players, but opponents are finding that the newcomers shouldn't be overlooked. As Seminole Sports Magazine's Shelby Martin tells us, these new Seminoles are having an impressive start to their Florida State basketball careers.
The FSU men's basketball season is well underway. There are many returning players, but a fourth of this year's team is new to the program. And these newcomers aren't just riding the pine. They've made an impressive start to their Florida State basketball careers. Phil Kofer, an impressive freshman forward, has made a huge impact on this season's team. With his aggressive play around the rim, a swift first step, and a quickness that allows him to outmaneuver other players, he definitely adds a great dynamic to the team. Head coach Leonard Hamilton has even gone so far to call Kofer one of the hardest workers in the preseason.
Phil comes from a family of very high achievers athletically and academically and spiritually, and he brings all those to our team, and the future is very, very bright for him if he'll continue to embrace the process.
It's a big difference for me coming in out of high school. I knew I had to come in here, just play harder. I just do whatever the coach needs me to do. So playing hard is aggressiveness, something he needs me to do, so I just trying to execute that for him.
Phil Kofer isn't the only impressive freshman. Xavier Rattan-Mays, also known as XRM, is making a splash on this year's team. Rattan-Mays has a superior shooting touch and a great passing ability. He was considered to be one of the best and most complete shooting guards coming out of the 2013 high school class. Recently, he had a record-setting game against the University of North Carolina, with 35 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. This set a record for the most points by a freshman in a game in Florida State history. According to Coach Leonard Hamilton, XRM is a great decision maker who has the ability to make his teammates better while posing a scoring threat to the opposing defenses.
XRM gives the Noles a lead again.
Rattan-Mays again. Give him another basket.
You know, there's only 7 players in history that have shot perfect on three-pointers in a game with at least 5 attempts. And XRM did it the other night. He was 5 for 5. That's right. His dad's on that list.
I've watched my dad playing basketball all my life, and just his drive and his competitive spirit made me want to be able to do the same thing. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to follow in his footsteps and break some of the records that he set here.
Xavier is a guy that a lot of people have had high expectations for a long time. And as he evolves, I think he's going to put up some fantastic numbers and some big wins for our program.
The next newcomer was actually a high school quarterback. Freshman Robbie Berwick is a strong guard who can run the team by getting into its offense. Berwick's special offensive dynamics make him an essential part to this year's team.
I wake up every morning excited to learn and play basketball. Coaches have helped me a lot. Coach Hamilton has stayed positive with me throughout it all and kept saying, "I'm not worried about you." Overall, I just think that day by day, it's a learning process and I'm getting better.
Florida State is the 3rd winningest program in the ACC since the 2005-2006 season. By bringing in explosive newcomers, head coach Leonard Hamilton has increased the Seminoles' talent level and depth at every position on the court. He expects to rely on more than just one player to handle the majority of the offensive output and believes the added depth will add up to more victories. I'm Shelby Martin for Seminole Sports Magazine.
The men's team will be back on the hardwood in the Tucker Center this Wednesday, facing off against Boston College. Tip-off is 9 p.m. Come out to see how the newcomers are mixing it up on the court.